5 minutes ago, I invited this homeless guy named Purvis in from outside who wanted to come in to the show. So, just please don't encourage Purvis, guys. It's gonna be really awful. It's gonna be and I asked him if he would be respectful, and he was like, "Huh?"
Purvis.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my name's Purvis. Of course I'm gonna be disrespectful. No, respectful. And I'm in. It's warm in here.
What does Purvis look like?
But he's dressed like a G. It's awesome. He's got earbuds in, and he looks fresh.
Gold chain.
But you can tell when he talks that he's crazy.
Church.
Yeah.
Best rap ever written. People are salivating over my spitting. Just dripping, taking a lick and keep ticking. Hey turkey, who you calling chicken? But God! Cool Breeze Club members only golden ticket. Pedaling loud, scrape a bike with a lip.
There you go. There you go. This next guy coming to the stage is actually a really special treat for you guys because he is going to do something that he didn't do during the first show. So I think this show he's actually going to kill himself at the end. So, yes, here's PK, guys.
It's a comedy show. It's a 2-drink minimum. Hey, you guys, strap in your seatbelts, huh? Not because it's going to be a bumpy ride, but because I killed a kid drunk driving yesterday, and now I have to say that at the beginning of all my sets. Just buckle up. Creative sentencing is a motherfucker. You know what? I think it would be awesome if they started calling those, those wife beater shirts Ray Rice jerseys. No, it's a good deal. Like a 3-pack of jerseys at Walmart for $5. It's a good deal for jerseys. Thank you for coming. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, thank you guys. My best friend was raised by lesbians. And, yeah, that's not a joke. I mean, his parents were lesbians. It's not like they were wolves. And he said the best part about being raised by lesbians is, in his house, to settle household matters, they used to play Rochambeau. And he would always win. Because lesbians always pick scissors. No, yeah. I said, what's the worst part about being raised by lesbians? He said, well, they ruined lesbian porno for me. I can't watch it. That and the fact that he still sits down when he pees. You guys ever see two guys with big, huge beards making out, and you wonder, which one's a ZZ top and which one's a ZZ bottom? Yeah, which one? I'm wondering. I'm still wondering, which one? I'm happy to do the show, but I'm really upset because my best friend actually couldn't be here because he's busy skydiving. Life wasn't exciting enough. Now he has to start skydiving. And I was like, if you want a real thrill, like Motley Crue did it, you should skydive naked. And he said, wind's blowing by you at 150 miles an hour, it would rip your dick off. And then he asked me, what would I do if I was skydiving naked and my dick got ripped off? And I had to think about it. I wouldn't know what I would do. I know what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't open my chute. Who wants to live like that without a dick? Am I right, ladies? Penis envy in your face. First penis envy joke. I got so many. Once my dick changed a tire on a truck. Did yours do that? Now, the same guy, he's horrible with money. He invested all of his money in an internet company back in the day called Ask Jeeves. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Google it. You know, see, because they were competing. not all the internet companies were like really bad either. You know, like when the economy like fell out and everybody was getting laid off, like some computer and internet companies did really well. Like take Apple, for example. They only lost one job. Sometimes I have to explain that joke, and it's really awful. But you guys are smart. I had this opportunity. I got to go on tour with a rock band. It was awesome. I got to open up doing comedy. And some of the shows were so crazy. At this one show, there was this guy in a wheelchair and a neck brace crowd surfing. Yeah, it was only the second time he ever crowd surfed. This other part of the tour, we were driving down the street and we saw 6 vampires. And we got out and we stabbed them right in their fucking evil hearts. But the next day of the tour, we were all sitting around being like, man, I hope vampires are real. We probably just killed some goth teenagers. Let's do our next tour in Mexico. I got a present. I had a birthday recently, and someone gave me a pet for a present. They gave me 2 parrots. Yeah. But here's the thing I didn't know about parrots, is they fuck all the time. So now it's a responsibility, but it's also this embarrassing thing. People are coming over, and these birds are having sex. They always are having sex. I mean, you guys probably understand. I mean, we've all walked in on our parrots having sex. Did you guys know that there's no, like, there's no real requirements, like, to be an astronaut. You don't even have to, like, graduate from high school or go to college. Like, you have to pass, like, an intelligence test and, like, a physical test. And you could be an astronaut. So I think I'm gonna be an astronaut. You guys really aren't a superficial crowd, but I have a bit of a weight problem. But in outer space, I would weigh 0. Can you imagine? It'd be amazing. I'd weigh as much as a supermodel in outer space. People are like, Paul, that's a harsh environment. Space is the harshest environment. I was like, you know what? Earth is a pretty harsh environment when you look like this. So what I'm saying is it's easier to become an astronaut than to lose weight. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I've been working out. It's just not working out. I gotta lose some weight, though. Not really, like, for health reasons, just because it would be nice to have sex with a woman again. No, I'm not trying to say I have the biggest penis in the world. I'm just saying a lot of women start crying right after we start having sex. Then they probably get in their car, pop in that song, what if God was one of us? Call their mom, I did it again, it's crazy, I have a problem. What if God was one of us? You know the saying, right? It's better to be fat and happy than ever to have loved it all. Also, when people make fun of my belly, I start to get like a little upset, because I got a sensitive stomach. I feel bad for women. Not just ones that have to fuck me, but I feel bad for women. Like, if a tree falls in the wood, doesn't make a sound. If the WNBA has cheerleaders, does anybody really give a fuck? No, I was trying to support them a little bit when I was in LA, and I called up and I was like, hey, are there still tickets available for tonight's game? And the guy just giggled. He's like, yeah, there's still tickets. And I was like, well, when does it start? And he said, well, when can you be here? The girls are all practiced up and everything. They're just waiting. My friend Chelsea, who helped promote the show and produce the show, she was telling me, like, it's hard for women just to be taken seriously in the workplace. And I was like, well, give me an example. And she said, well, for example, there's only a handful of women CEOs. And I said, really? I heard it was 2 handfuls. Sorry, Chels. Where are you? Sorry, Chels. It's also dangerous to be a woman. I mean, do you guys know what the difference between a shotgun wedding and a shotgun divorce is? First-degree murder, mostly. I don't know. The ones that I've seen on TV, those are the cases. You know, I feel bad for women, but I also feel bad for rappers who are accused of being misogynistic. I mean, it's not their fault that everything rhymes with bitch. Also, rappers don't get credit for being very smart. I heard a rap song the other day. As far as I'm concerned, smartest song I ever heard. It was like, and the hook of the song was like, I love seeing smart ladies with their titties out. Smart ladies, whip your titties out. Smart ladies, whip your titties out. You know, they always say them twice. I love seeing smart ladies with their titties out. Smart ladies, whip your titties out. Smart ladies, whip your titties out. Now, from a male perspective, it might be the smartest fucking song I ever heard. Because first of all the girls that would normally pull their titties out, now they're going to get a self-esteem boost. I've been telling you for years I'm smart. Ah! And the girls that would never pull their titties out because they're too smart to, now they're going to get pressured into it. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm really the smartest one here. Ah! Either way you look at it, dicks win. Dicks win again, ladies. Dicks 1, vagina 0. No, it's no coincidence vaginas are 0, because you could put your dick in a 0. Did someone say God? There's a fucking sign outside that says no God shit in here. And it has an exclamation point on it. That means it's true. You know who else doesn't get credit for being very smart? Athletes. You know David Beckham? I just found out that he is so smart, he's so intelligent, that his friends refer to him as Socrates. Seriously, if you could believe that. Seriously. You know, oh, come on. You know, you guys, when you can't even find someone to make a suicide pact with, it's time to kill yourself. Yes. If I had $1 for every time my girlfriend cheated on me, I'd still have a girlfriend. No, I made the mistake of getting back together with my girlfriend. Don't ever do that. My family and friends all said the same thing. Don't do it. She's too controlling. She's too controlling. I had to be like, hey, you don't know her like I know her. Also, she says if you keep saying bad stuff about her, she's going to make it so no one ever sees me ever again. We had a good relationship while we were dating, though. We used to do role-playing games. And one night I was like, let's play Boogeyman. And she's like, I don't know how to play Boogeyman. I'm like, it's easy. You go into the bedroom. After you fall asleep, I'm going to put a ski mask on, and I'm going to come pay you a visit. And she said, I don't feel like having sex tonight. And I said, perfect, you're already getting into character. No, seriously, like, you know, when you talk to your buds, your bros about sex, they're always like, no, I make my girlfriend sing in bed. I'm like, so what? Every girl sings in bed. My girl's always like, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Down, 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 down. She got me back though. She was like, we were making love and she was like, I want you to rub my dick like it's a magic lamp. Hold on, wait, did she say that? One night we were making love and I said, I'd like you to rub my dick like a magic lamp. And then she got sad and I was like, what's wrong? And she's like, I wish your penis really did have a genie inside of it. And I thought she was getting kinky. I was like, what would you wish for? And she just said, a much bigger lamp to rub. No, she used to, she wasn't very smart. She used to get plastic surgery to make herself feel better, and one night she was looking in the mirror and she's like, I gotta get more collagen. And I said, bitch, I thought you graduated. That's my voice. Sometimes that's my other voice. Bitch! I don't know. I knew everything was really, really bad when she started using words like, don't worry, and it's not a big deal. She called me out of the blue and she's like, I gotta go to San Diego with my coworker Daniel. And I was like, San Diego? That's the Paris of California. Right next to Tijuana? It's so romantic. I hadn't heard from her for a couple of days, so I sent her a text. I said, how's the weather in San Diego? And she just sent back, I wouldn't know, I haven't left the room. Red flag? So I follow up. I was like, I heard the weather's really nice. I think you should check it out. She's like, how do you expect me to go outside? I can't even walk. More red flags? It turns out she just had food poisoning and was really sick. Not a big deal. Side note, when she got home, she said she did fuck Daniel, but don't worry about it. There's nothing weird going on. I hope Daniel sees this. Things can always get worse, though. Things can always get worse. Like, I found out that she recently made a sex tape. And then later on, when no one was around, I found out about 3 more times. No, I'm not saying this girl's a squirter, but her nickname in high school was Farrah Fawcett. Whether it's your first hand job or your last hand job, ladies, don't guys always say the same thing afterwards? That was neat. Maybe next time give me a hand job with your mouth. Is Kyle's grandma still here? Hey, you don't think she's a grandma? You don't think she knows? She's not a nun. I was lucky enough, I dated this girl from the post office. Everything was going fine until we went back to my place and she had a dick. They call that mail fraud. And it is a federal offense punishable by embarrassment, if your friends ever find out. No, it wasn't me. I don't know. She had a vagina, dude. I'm telling you. Telling you that. I wanted to have sex with this girl recently really bad, so I kept calling her and sending her text messages like, yo, sleep with me, sleep with me, sleep with me. And she finally sent back saying, leave me alone. And I was like, listen, if you want me to leave you alone, let's have sex. After we have sex, I promise I'll never call you again. You can ask any girl I ever had sex with. It's hard to find like smart girls. I went out to eat with this girl the other day. Our first date. First dates are weird anyways. But I was like, let's get some spring rolls. And she's like, it's fall. I don't eat food that's out of... I can't believe I wrote that down. But I did. I'm fine with it. You guys look beautiful out there. Thank you very much. I don't know. I'm trying to find smart girls to date, you know. And I'm trying to become a vegetarian. But I can't stop fucking around with these chicken heads. Sorry that joke took me so long to get out, but I've been waiting for like 2 weeks to tell that joke. I can't stop fucking around with these chicken heads. You see, chicken heads are... I went out to eat with this girl, and I took her out to Mexican food. And I was like, what are you going to have? And she said, well, I never eat Mexican food, so I'm going to have diarrhea tomorrow. Yeah. No, I went out to sushi the other day, and I got a caterpillar roll, and the next day I pooped out a butterfly. Because I'm on that metamorphosis. You know, guys, you can probably tell by how fat I am that I had an abusive dad. No, and he wasn't even very generous. I mean, the only thing he ever gave me and my sister was something to cry about. And vacations, forget about it. The closest we ever got to a resort is when he'd resort to violence. No, seriously, he used to drink so much beer and then he'd beat the shit out of my mom. But I guess that makes her a beer battered spouse. I don't know. My mom's here. What up, Mom? Don't applaud her too much. She had a cesarean. Ripped from the womb. I don't even know what's going on. I love you, Mommy. Speaking of guys who had abusive dads, I just found out why Jesus was such a good athlete. Because his exercise regimen was crazy. I mean, he did a lot of cross training. No, do you guys think anytime during the whole entire Jesus ordeal, Jesus was like, man, this is escalating pretty quick. I think I'm in over my head. Could someone call my dad? No? I think that. Religion makes people crazy, right? Like, take jihadists, for example. Now these jihadists are complaining because they only get 72 virgins? How greedy can you get? What a bunch of Jews. No, I mean, I'm no mathematician, but 72 virgins, that's 144 virgins if you count the front and the back. Which we all do that. No, and now, have you guys heard the rumor that these jihadists are, capturing women and, sexually abusing them and cutting their clitorises off? Yeah, right, like those guys could ever find the clit. Off the dome. Sometimes things just come up, and you gotta say them. Do you guys know why God made vaginas vertical? Because you know how much fatter women look when they're wearing horizontal stripes. I'm just kidding. I don't even believe in God. They say art imitates life. Well, my life imitates art. And to give you an example of that, a few years ago, I had this character named Hobo Comedian. And I'd like to share him with you, if I could. I'd really like to get into character. And when I become in character, could you please... Not yet. This doesn't make me a prop comic. I don't care what Gallagher's brothers say. Oh, so when I become Hobo Comedian, if you could please welcome him to the stage with a round of applause. Hobo Comedian! Does it look like a bindle? Hobo Comedian in the house! Hobo Comedian in the house! Yeah! You guys ever read The New Yorker? Yeah, me neither. Hey, who's got some glue I could sniff? No, the best part about being homeless when you're young is no homework. Where am I supposed to do it at? I don't got a home. Hobo comedian in the house. Yeah. The other day I saw a lady walking down the street and I said, let me look at your titties. And she said, look at them. And I said, no, lick at them. No, seriously, who's got some glue I could sniff? Why's everybody always trying to fuck me over? Hobo comedian in the house. What's popular in comedy? Observational comedy? Okay. The other day I observed two teenagers saying, if God didn't want me to light bums on fire, he wouldn't have made them out of gasoline. I observed this while they were pouring gasoline on me. But that's the price you pay for riverfront property. That was Hobo Comedian. Okay, so fast forward, I'm living in LA, and I become obsessed with this script I'm writing. Maybe you heard of it. It's called Security Dog. It's about a dog who guards a storage unit. Now this security dog, he goes and he falls in love with the daughter of the guy who owns the storage unit. So it's like a forbidden love story. I like it because it had like, sequel potential. Security Dog 2, Puppy Love, Love Finds a Way. Everyone hated this idea except for me. I got totally obsessed with it. Then it became a band. I started a band called Security Dog. We had one hit. It was called Security Dog, Security Dog. Everybody's talking about Security Dog. The problem was no one was talking about Security Dog. I still had a job. I worked at this hardware store, and I started breaking in and sleeping there. And the manager found out, and he told the owner. And then the owner confronted me, and he's like, hey, I know you've been sleeping here. It's pretty awful. But I guess it's cheaper than hiring a security guard. And I was like, holy shit, I am Security Dog. Fuck! How come I can't write bits about this successful comedian who's definitely not overweight, who never thinks about killing himself? Those would be great bits. But they'd never work. I could never pull them off. I work with this guy named Will. He happens to be black. It's not his fault. But he's nice, but he says the exact same thing every time I introduce him. Hi, I'm Will. I'm Paul's only black friend. Hi, I'm Will. I'm Paul's only black friend. Last time he said it, Will, that's not true. And he's like, well, name another black person that you're friends with. And I was like, no, it's not true, Will. I don't have any black friends. I mean, I do have black friends. I just don't work with them. None of them have jobs. It's crazy. But that's, America's racist. It's just super racist. It still is racist. Textbooks are racist. I remember reading back in, social studies that Genghis Khan and his army were easy to defeat once they realized there were chinks in their armor. That's super racist. America's crazy. Have you guys seen the new ExxonMobil ad? It was can you name the continent where America gets its energy from? And the first continent they named was Africa. And I was like, well, that's where we used to get our energy from. Sometimes I'm trying to think about who's the most racist people. And everybody knows it's the fundamental Christian right. And they're full of contradictions. I hate black people. I hate abortions. But I like when black people have abortions. And even Hollywood's racist. You guys know, when Samuel L. Jackson got cast in that Star Wars movie, he asked George Lucas, what's going to be my character's name? And he said, your name's Toby-Wan Kenobi. I flash this crowd because I want everyone in this crowd so no one will ever be able to vote for office, ever. You were at that racist comedy show? Front row. I know what you guys are thinking, a white guy on stage talking about race. But let me tell you something. I think white people, men especially, have an interesting take on race that you guys might not have heard. You need us. You need us. What about credit where credit's due? What about our inventions? Square dancing, speed limits, stop signs, missionary position. You need us. Without us, who's going to give you a loan at 17%? You need us. If it wasn't for us, who's going to get raped in your prisons? You need white people, guys. All jokes aside, though, can you guys imagine the first time Native Americans heard the words manifest destiny? And they're like, what the fuck are words? I bet you that one's gonna play a little bit better at the second show. Doesn't waterboarding sound way more fun than it actually is? 2 weeks waterboarding in Guantanamo Bay. I don't know if I could afford it, but I don't know. I'll do it. You know, I haven't always been a comedian, if you could tell by how I dress. I used to be in a band. I was an artist, too. I was in this band, this soft acoustic band, and we were called the Molesters. And people would hear our music, and they were like, why is your band called the Molesters? And I was like, because we write such touching songs. Also, I was a painter for a while, and I wanted to have this art show. It wasn't really about the paintings on the walls, but it was about me like smearing shit on crackers and serving it to people. The critics ate it up. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Gonna fucking blow my brains out on stage. I was talking to my brother-in-law recently, and he was like, I wish there was a way to tell if I'm sterile. And I said, lucky for you, there is. You just have to taste your cum. And if it's salty, you're sterile. But here's the thing, you can't taste a little bit of it. You gotta taste a lot. Like a whole one. Like, a full, like the population of the United States. A whole one. I actually felt bad. Like, what if he believed me? And he and my sister had another kid. Great relationship, brother-in-law, bad relationship with my sister. I mean, I'm not saying that we have a bad relationship, but I introduced her as my brother-in-law's wife. No, but I would feel bad if they had a kid. I don't have any kids. And I'm not saying that I'm irresponsible, but the reason why I don't have any kids is because my mom doesn't need any more kids. Also, because I'm sterile. I mean, I tested myself this morning. It was salty. So you guys have been a great crowd. And you've listened to a lot of crazy shit. But these next two stories I'm going to tell you are the craziest because they're true. The other day I was driving down the street and I saw a billboard. And it said, baby shaking syndrome, never shake a baby. And then it had a picture of a mentally handicapped person on it. Now, the problem I have with this is baby shaking syndrome isn't a syndrome, right? It's just some fucked up shit you could do to a baby. Like, if you kicked a baby down a flight of stairs, it wouldn't be baby down a flight of stairs syndrome. It would just be some fucked up shit you could do to a baby. You know, and you probably could shake a baby retarded, but that wouldn't make your baby a genuine retard. Like, it wouldn't have pure retard blood. Like, if there was a country full of retards, your baby could never be president of that country because he wasn't born that way. The most your baby could ever be was a naturalized retard. Have you guys heard about this new movement that was started by white people? White people that are so ashamed and so embarrassed of how they've used the word nigger over the years that they just replaced the whole entire word with the word ninja. Have you guys seen this? This is true. I've been seeing people walk around with t-shirts that say, "Ninja, please," and "You my ninja." And to me, that's more offensive than saying the actual word. Like, take responsibility for what you say. But for selfish reasons, I wish the word substitution would have happened the other way. Just because I want to see movie titles like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And what's that one with Chris Farley, Beverly Hills Nigger? And the one with those 3 white kids, the 3 niggers. I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, PK, that's not PC. It's not politically correct. I know it's not PC. I write my jokes on a Mac, you faggots. Thank you very much. This has been one of the joys of my life. Thank you. You okay?
You raped it. So hard.
I missed the joke. I was gonna do the joke about how your dick's bigger than everyone's, but you won't ever get a blowjob because you don't want to taste their lunch on your dick.
Oh yeah, it's the top
Crazy.
one.
That's crazy. You're crazy.
Crazy, crazy, loco, loco, stupid, stupid, fresh, fresh. Crazy, crazy, loco, loco, stupid, stupid, fresh. I make my living by killing them.